We don't have the foggiest idea what Hyundai's plan division had for breakfast when they formed the new strongly square-shaped look of the 2024 St. Nick Fe. However, we trust there's a greater amount of it on that smorgasbord. The new St. Nick Fe is as ridiculously not quite the same as the old model, as granola is from fried eggs. The enhanced one acquires a third column with more back freight space and legroom. The St. Nick Fe's new augmentation is to draw in outdoorsy people, which is the reason the new SUV is worked to oblige roof tents, and for what reason its wide back end permits bigger experience gear. The St. Nick Fe is fueled by a turbocharged 277 HP 2.5-litre inline-4 with an 8-speed double-grasp program transmission. There's likewise a St. Nick Fe crossbreed, however we survey that model separately. If you can't, as of now, tell by simply looking, the 2024 Hyundai Santa Fe is a boundlessly unique SUV from last year's model. The emotional change results from both an all-new inside and rethought outside plan. The St. Nick Fe's wheelbase has been expanded, its front shade has diminished, and since it has 3 columns of seating, there's undeniably more space to pull travelers than previously. The new St. Nick Fe goes at a bargain in spring 2024. The cost of the 2024 Hyundai St. Nick Fe begins at $35,145 and goes up to $47,195, relying upon the trim and options. The new St. Nick Fe's intense look is joined by a critical expansion in beginning cost from the maturing active model. Indeed, even with the cost rise, we anticipate that the St. Nick Fe should stay more reasonable than the bigger 3-column Hyundai Palisade. Among the St. Nick Fe's accessible trims, the SEL is the best worth, offering good-to-have highlights like warmed front seats, onboard Wi-Fi, and remote cell phone charging without helping the cost too much. Under the hood of each non-hybrid Hyundai St. Nick Fe is a turbocharged 277 HP 2.5-litre inline-4 motor. Front-wheel drive and an 8-speed double-grasp programmed are standard, and all-wheel drive is discretionary. During our most memorable test drive, which was directed in South Korea in a Korean-spec St. Nick Fe, we noticed that speed increase was sufficient and that the Super 4 worked unobtrusively, generally speaking up just under weighty choke. Ride solace is the need here, and the St. Nick Fe we drove conveyed a lot of it. Dealing with isn't athletic, yet most 3-column SUV purchasers aren't probably going to focus on such a characteristic. In the event that you are, we would recommend investigating the Mazda CX-90, which offers 3 lines of seats in addition to an additional digit of driving tomfoolery. Whenever we have an opportunity to drive the St. Nick Fe on our home turf, we'll refresh this story with additional driving impressions as well as results from our instrumented testing. Hyundai says the new Santa Fe will actually want to tow as much as 4,500 pounds, yet to open that greatest limit, you'll require the rough-looking XRT Trim with the discretionary towing package. The EPA hasn't assessed efficiency evaluations for the new Hyundai Santa Fe yet. Whenever we've tried one, we'll refresh this space with the outcomes from our certifiable 75 m/m expressway driving test. For more data about the St. Nick Fe's efficiency, visit the EPA's website. To keep with its outside plan topic of solid and square-shaped, the main thing round inside the guts of the new St. Nick Fe is the controlling haggle, not many handles. The remainder of the space is epitomized by sensational square shapes. On the rough terrain prepared XRT trim, there's an undeniable impact of boxes and toughness from the Land Wanderer Protector's cockpit. The first line has various spots to store things. There's even sufficient space for the accessible double remote cell phone charger that can juice up 2 telephones in the mid-control area. A wide-mouth go-through under that space can fit a handbag or rucksack, and enormous cubbies line the lower part of the entryway boards. Second and third line seats crease level, and there's even an environment control handle to change air conditioning for those sitting as far as possible toward the back. The third column isn't so ample as the bigger Palisades. Nevertheless, it'll fit kids and more modest grown-ups, fine and dandy. Hyundai says there's 14.6 cubic feet of room behind the third line while it's in use, covering the greater part. The dashboard are 2 12.3-inch shows, one to act as a check group and one as a touchscreen for infotainment. Notwithstanding the dedication to screens, actual handles for things like environment and sound volume have been held for usability. A discretionary double remote cell phone charging cushion can repower 2 telephones without a moment's delay. However, there are likewise USB-C ports for wired charging. Hyundai has one of the most mind-blowing guarantee, anticipates the market featured by extensive powertrain inclusion. The organization additionally now offers free planned support that outmaneuvers standard opponents like Toyota. Restricted guarantee covers 5 years or 60,000 miles. Powertrain guarantee covers 10 years or 100,000 miles. Free support covers 3 years or 36,000 miles. Presenting the profoundly changed St. Nick FE, made for each and every individual who loves to transform normal minutes into phenomenal ones. Intended to stick out, it consolidates a particularly rough outline and eye-getting H-molded lighting with noteworthy space for the ideal harmony between city life and nature. Here's to your next large adventure. From city roads to back roads, the St. Nick FE conveys the ability to encounter the world according to your very own preferences. Experience the most recent shrewd tech and amazing space to help all of you make every second count, regardless of where the excursion goes on you. Rainy street outing, cold streets, don't sweat it. The St. Nick FE is designed to deal with even the most difficult weather patterns and street surfaces. Its inventive XRT Trim all-wheel drive framework conveys ideal foothold, taking care of and cornering performance, snow or sand, eco or game. St. Nick FE allows you to pick your experience and execution level. You can, without much of a stretch, change drive modes to suit conditions and your state of mind. The drive and landscape mode selector puts energy at your fingertips. When you're making the rounds, the St. Nick FE is intended to safeguard you and your friends and family out and about and off in an unexpected direction. Highlighting a broad scope of standard security highlights versus the opposition, our cutting-edge Hyundai Brilliant Sense security include bundle aligns the St. Nick FE with contenders from the superior class. Santa Fe has been overhauled from 6 to 10 airbags for ideal assurance in basic circumstances, highlighting second line side, driver's knee, and focus side airbag, as well as 2 front, 2 side, and 2 drapery airbags, which currently likewise cover the third column seats. More security, less pressure. St. Nick FE is accessible with Parkway Driving Help 2.0, which uses sensors and guide information to give level 2 independent driving, naturally slowing down and advancing rapidly, as well as surpassing vehicles before you when the framework is activated. Featuring state-of-the-art innovation, wide-point drove projection headlamps convey light-like brightening with a long lifetime, and programmed brilliant high-pillar usefulness. The eye-getting H, framed by the drove, daytime running lights, is motivated by Hyundai's H emblem. Designed for day-to-day experience, St. Nick FE gives you a lot of space for anything your bustling life can come up with. From outside gear and cumbersome boxes to youngsters' stuff and larger-than-usual shopping binges, this powerful SUV tracks down the ideal harmony between city life and nature. Offering liberal living space for your dynamic way of life, it conveys refined solace for up to 7 adults, makes each excursion better for everybody. St. Nick FE is open for more with 6 or 7 seats. You'll adore the completely reclinable front unwinding seats. Furthermore, in the 6-seater variant, the subsequent column seats highlight commander's seats with a mechanized loosen-up mode. The third column seat backs lean back as well. Enjoy simple stacking for travelers and their stuff. You can set the initial speed and lift level of the rear end to suit your own preference. Kick back and unwind. St. Nick FE gives you liberal living space for celebrations, picnics, or setting up camp. Overlay down the back seats and partake in a top-tier patio-like space that is perfect for city life, and surprisingly, better for nature. The Hyundai Santa Fe 3-column SUV used to be one of the more safely styled models in the brand's setup. However, that is changed amazingly. The new 2024 St. Nick Fe is completely upgraded, with a square-shaped, very rakish shape that makes it stand apart from the remainder of Hyundai's far-reaching armada of hybrids. We think the forceful new look looks similar to the ongoing Area Meanderer Protector. That is no mishap. Hyundai has said the vehicle's plan has been molded around the most recent open-air way of life drifts. The St. Nick Fee, then, at that point, is being situated as an additional tough elective that obscures the line between a city-abiding SUV and one that can deal with streets more unfamiliar. This is particularly valid for the new XRT model, which is a rough-terrain propelled branch-off of the super-luxury calligraphy trim. The XRT takes the St. Nick Fee's adventuring cred to a higher level with 30-inch off-road tyres and an extra 1.5 crawls of ground leeway over the road-situated variations.